Hello, everybody, and welcome to Where's My Sage? I'm Mike from Tactical Bigfoot Research, and I'm here with my wonderful partner, Kristie London, medium
Hello.
and Reiki master. And how are you doing tonight, Kristie?
Oh, okay, how are you?
Lost like usual, but we're going. And it sounds like the dogs are going to be in the show tonight.
I think so, yeah. That's okay. My dog's already in the doghouse. He stole a treat off the chair today, and he knows he's not supposed to do that. So,
yeah. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
I did get that package. Thank you. I will be sharing that next week.
Oh.
So, hello, Tim. How are you?
Hi, Tim. I mean, overall, it was a good day, right? I mean, you went to work.
Evening,
I didn't.
Caitlin. Yep.
It was like 85 and 88 and sunny in Buffalo and Niagara Falls, so there's no complaining here. It was a nice day. So, yeah.
Hello, Elaine. And hello, Kimberly. And hello, Kathleen.
Hi, everyone.
We are surviving. Yeah, I worked this morning and came home. I am working off a new laptop tonight, so we're going to see how this works. The sound card's working better than the old PC. She just doesn't.
Yeah, this new computer has a hand that every time he doesn't unmute himself, it reaches out and smacks him.
Smacks him, yeah.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Good evening, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Hello, Linda. So we're just going to wait and get a few more people on. So over the weekend, we finally snuck out of this little COVID thing, and it's been an evening of Tracy. We got back up to the Star Clark tin shop and Underground Railroad Museum, and we got a chance to see how the bank was coming along next door. And
that was really cool.
Same time, and Kim wants to see if the unmute button the unmumble button isn't working tonight, but the unmute button is working. So, and Maury's out there making a heck of a lot of noise tonight.
It's okay, they're dogs.
Yeah, they're dogs. They're dogs. They're out there enjoying the weather. So we got up there and we had some great time with the side is not working. There we go. There's my background fixing.
Yeah. She lived from Pit Crew.
Yeah, Pit Crew NY. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So Sheila and Krista and John from Pit Crew were all there, and her daughter Sadie. Yeah. They were nice enough to host us again and have us out there.
Yes.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was great.
Pretty cool stuff.
There's some great video that came out. Unfortunately, guys, I know it was like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But at that point, we had 2 or 3 things happen downstairs in the Star Clark, and we went, let's go upstairs and see what's going on. And while we were sitting downstairs, we could hear stuff move across the floor, and we knew we were all downstairs. And Sheila and I went booking upstairs, and there was a chair moved across the floor that wasn't where it was. So we said, let's sit down here and do some flashlight stuff. And it was an interesting experience with little Ryan that we interacted with last time.
He's my little buddy. He did so well. He was so excited to talk to us, and he was so excited to have us back. And he really came out of his shell again, and he really talked to us. We used the flashlight for that. He turned the flashlight on and off, and we left him a treat. He wanted beef jerky. Yeah. I thought he wanted the candy I had, and he kept saying no to the chocolate, which I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. When he wanted the beef jerky, he knew I had it. So
there were different bars.
I know, right? I had a lot. I had Twix with me. I had Kit Kat with me. I had, what else did I have? We had Starburst. It was bad.
Yeah. But so Ryan was a little spirit. If you get a chance, check the video out. Star Clark is also getting ready to start opening up for some tours, so reach out to them, folks. It's a good time. The history to New York.
Mike's freezing. And
almost 1,000 islands.
Michael,
yeah, it's Mexico, New York. I froze?
And you're still frozen. Now I can hear. Yeah, you're frozen.
That's weird. Okay, I'm moving here. So
okay, you're back. You're back.
All right. So hello to Jen.
Hey, Jen.
So
yeah,
let me get a couple more hellos in here. So if you're traveling through, actually it's more of the Thousand Island region. It's right. Mexico's kind of right there down the base near Pulaski, New York. You know, it's a couple hours from Rochester and Buffalo. It really is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful museum. A lot of history.
So much there.
It's clean. It's beautiful. It's just it's absolutely wonderful. The towns are cool. There's some really good hiking near there. Some beautiful parks.
Sheila is so knowledgeable. You know, she can just tell you so much about so many things and all of the history and the artifacts they have there, and you know the tools and just all the things that were donated. She knows so much, not only even just about the museum, but she knows so much about the history of the town in that area in general. And it's really neat to listen to her because I can listen to that kind of stuff, and I am a little bit into history, but not. It gets hard for me to sit and listen. After a while, I kind of zone out, and she really keeps me interested, and she's easy to listen to, which makes it nice, enjoyable. So you would really enjoy yourselves and have a really good time there.
Kimberly, it's north west kind of Syracuse, so kind of right up 81 up in that area, just before Pulaski, Fulton, Oswego. So it's like right in that general area. So it's a good time. So we are going to do some readings tonight, and I'm going to let Kristie do her little speech, but I need to do mine from my end before I get grumpy. Hello, Penny. So,
wow.
And I'm going to put this out here a couple more times tonight. Please, if you have a question for Kristie tonight, ask it once. Every time you guys ask the question, if you ask the same question repeatedly, I have a little scroll bar, and maybe one of these nights I'll actually pull my other camera out so you guys can see it. It will blow people right off the scroll, and I'll lose it. And everybody like, well, you didn't get to my message. Well, I lose that message, and I keep a whole nother screen going of all the messages so I can go back and look at the times. But last time we did this, I had the same people I asked 15 times and then email us on top. So just ask it once, please.
He has a really good system going, so I promise we're going to get to everybody that we can. But I know he even yells at me because sometimes I throw my little 2 cents in the chat room there, and then he's like, oh my God, I just lost 3 messages, because you can only scroll back so far. And those of you who have followed me with my old shows that I used to do, you know how that goes, because after a while you can only backtrack so far. So he really does he works his butt off for us to really do that. So don't worry, asking it over and over again is not gonna make a difference. It's really not. Plus, you guys know me, and I tell you this all the time: if you're meant to get a message, you're going to get a message. If you're not meant to get a message, you're not. It's just the way it goes, and it's not because it's not personal. It's just it's how it works. So, we love you guys. So
definitely. I mean, there's been nights that I've kept my cursor on things and have watched them disappear. And
it's like, oh my God, I lost it. Yeah, but that's okay.
So
you guys are awesome.
Yes. So again, folks, please get on, share this link if you are on one of our pages right now. Preferably if you share from the YouTube, Where's My Sage, or from our Facebook page, Where's My Sage. I know we're also going to Kristie's page, My Tactical Bigfoot Research in WLFEDB Radio. But if we can keep everybody together, when we do a watch party, we end up missing those messages. They kind of get shot out into cyberspace. You guys will see them, whoever started the watch party, but we really, if you just share that link right from where we're going. So, and thank you guys.
Share this. Yeah,
right.
share it all over, because this is going to be the last Q&A show we're going to do for about a month. The next one won't be until the 21st of July, because we have so many neat guests coming up and so many different shows planned that I couldn't fit one in again until July 21st. So
can I?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So,
he's 5. He's
next week. Next week, I'm taking over with the boys.
Yes, so I will not be here.
I've got Jay and Cliff and Joe and Steve, and you say, who are those guys? Well, who's just coming on next week? So Jay Bo. I did it again.
Listen.
Yeah. I've known Jay for 5 years, and I just butchered his name. And
Jay, if you're on here or you see this, I have tried. I even put it on here, and he made me take it off. I had it phonetically spelled out for it.
Did it? I can't say my own name sometimes. So Jay from Finding Jay will be on. Cliff Barrickman from Finding Bigfoot and the curator of North American Bigfoot Center, Joe Biello, cryptid researcher, paranormal guy, one of those old-time BFRO guys, and Steve calls the Squatch detective. Yeah.
This is going to be quite a show.
It's not even going to come out tonight. Yep. So that's next week. We'll have the guys on. Kristie will be harassing us from far away, so
I'll be in the chat room.
Join us. Yes.
So I'm going to count on all of you.
Make sure I don't burn the shit down in the process.
I mean, I will be moderating as long as I feel up for it, and I'll be heckling from the chat room along with the rest of you.
And yes, definitely happy Tuesday, folks.
All right, Kimberly, good girl.
So cool. So let's start out. We'll start out with Carmela.
Oh, you're so jumpy. I didn't give my speech yet.
All right, give your speech. I'll hide that for a minute. But I know where I'm starting now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. You get yourself together over there. All right, guys. So just for all of you new people, and just a refresher for people who do join us as well, please keep your message or your answers. Oh my God, I can't even talk. I'm already kind of like, keep your questions. Mike's rubbing off on me. Short and sweet for me. Keep them short and to the point, okay? If you have somebody's name, if you're asking for a grandmother or a sibling or a friend, give me their name. It also helps for me to know where you're from. It doesn't make or break it, but it just helps sometimes with the exchange of the energy. Plus, we just like to know where you're coming in from. So that's always helpful. Again, please don't keep repeating your questions either, because we will get to all of them. He does go right in order. We'll get to as many as we can. If ever there's something you don't understand, because this is the kind of venue where it's very difficult for me to explain how things work and what exactly everything means. If you are not sure of something and you're not making a connection, please contact me the next day, and I will get back to you, and we will go over things, and I will explain it and hopefully clarify it for you, okay? But do me a favor as well. Please do not private message me now tonight, because I'm so tired by the time it's over. I will not be able to get back to you. So, and I also don't want to lose the message. So if you can hold off to the next day or the day after, that would be great. And I'm more than happy to clarify for you. All right. So I think that's it. That's all. Okay. So
yeah, the big thing is, please just ask the question once. And ask it on the feed that you're on, please. Not as a direct message.
Yes, and please share, because like I said, this is going to be one of the last, this is going to be it for about a month. We have a bunch of different awesome guests coming in, but the next Q&A show won't be until July 21st. So share it away and make sure you get people on here, okay? We don't want someone to miss a message. Hey, don't cut me off. Look at him. He's getting impatient. He's like, all right, come on. Let's go.
The unmute button's not working tonight.
Where's that hand? Smack. I need a button from where I can just go boop, and it just reaches out and smacks the crap out of you on this side.
There's enough people to smack me tomorrow. If
John, where are you? Where are you?
All right. So, Carmela, any messages for me?
Hi, Carmela. I'm going to say too, before I forget, I did write a couple of things down. Because as you know, Spirit starts to talk to me long before this. Two things, a lot of addiction tonight, all different kinds of addiction, but I'm specifically picking up on intervention, some sort of an intervention. That can mean something to a lot of you in different ways. It can mean something to one of you. Also, I had a vision where I was riding on the back of a motorcycle. I was the passenger. And then I watched the driver actually dump the bike. And there was some sort of accident and it was not good. So if anybody can connect with those things, that would be helpful. I also have this thing with me that keeps kind of, I want to say, slithering up on my left and sliding sand up around my neck, and he licks my face. So if anybody can connect with that as well, that would be much appreciated. The quicker we validate, the quicker things go away, and I kind of want this one gone. So, all right, on that note, Carmela, getting school with you. Your spirit guides are like school, 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 school. And then I see really green, plush, thick grass, very well manicured. That is symbolic. That is telling you that you are going to have, you're going to be rich and fulfilled, rich in many ways, not just monetarily. You're going to be fulfilled and happy, and you're going to be able to take care of yourself and have things that will make you happy, and be able to do things and find the ways in life that are going to fulfill your soul the way it needs to be. But you'll be okay too financially. But you have to, I'm also being told you'll find love. But you have to start making some decisions. So, yep, that's it. Thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck.
Okay.
What?
So, hey,
Where's that?
Jay's here. Hey, Jay, I butchered your name about 5 times. Butcher, you can slap me next week.
Jay, I tried very, very hard to get him to write it phonetically so that he wouldn't screw it up again, and he would not let me. So I tried, man. I tried.
All right. So, Kimberly made a good point. With everything that's been going on, things were crazy. Again, apologize for not being here last week, guys. We do have the list of winners, and we got to get those out to everybody. So, next, Carmela, we got next one's going to be. Next one's going to be from Denise.
Hi, Denise.
She said, I had a miscarriage when I was 19. Can you see the spirit? Was it a boy or a girl? And does the spirit have a name? Mommy loves you.
So, well, when we're in spirit form, you have to remember, gender it's not gender specific. When we're conceived, clearly we are conceived in one way or another. We're either male or a female. I'm being told that this was a female. But you have to remember, when it comes to miscarriages and abortions, these souls that sign up to be conceived and become the pregnancy, and they know they're not coming all the way. They're not coming through. They're not meant to be. The pregnancy, the conception needs to happen because it's something that's supposed to help either the family or the parents or one of the parents. Individually, it's supposed to do something for you, whether it's keep you from going down the wrong road, keep you from thinking a certain way, whether it's to help you make better choices and get off the wrong path or whatever the case is. There's always some sort of a silver lining. Abortions, obviously, these souls know that it's 50-50. It is the free will of the mother to decide what she's going to do or not do. With an abortion, or excuse me, with a miscarriage, they know they're not coming all the way through. They know they're going to go back early on. So barring any, real purposeful activity on the part of the mother to really cause that abort or to cause that miscarriage, wow, I really am stuck on abortion. So there must be something coming up with that. So I'm not real sure if someone can connect with it, or maybe you can, Denise, but I keep wanting to say abortion every time I want to say, miscarriage. But as far as miscarriages go, it's hard for us as human beings to understand and not feel that loss. But I'm hearing it wasn't your fault. And it was never supposed to be in the first place. And the idea was for you to grow from that. So they don't want you to be stuck on the fact that you lost a baby. Okay. And I know that can be, again, as human beings, some people would say to me it's easier said than done, especially if you've never had one. I get that part of it, but that's why it's my job to explain the rest of it, to try to help bring you some peace from the other side of things. They're showing me that after you had the miscarriage, you did an about face. So you did do something. You did turn around. You did change something, and that was what mattered. And that's why you have the kind of life you have today, or you've had in the past. It's not been perfect. The road has been rocky, but that's life. If you had continued on, it would have been a very negative thing. And that baby in that situation helped you to realize what you needed to do. And that's what it was for. It wasn't for you to have the baby. It was for you to be able to have a better life for yourself and the family you were supposed to have. So I hope that explanation helps you. And thank you for your question. And Mike's laughing at me for some reason. Or
No,
he's just
I'm not. I'm not laughing at you.
Shenanigans. Man, I had that slide just worked up so well, and he goes, "Take that off of there." So then you better say his name correctly.
I will practice every day in the car in front of the mirror. I'll get somebody else's name wrong. I'll get my own name wrong. All right. I am so looking forward to that.
Sometimes you do.
Blah, 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 blah.
See, all these shenanigans. Now I got to worry about what's going to happen when I'm not here next week. What the heck?
Trust me, you're in good hands. You left me with people to keep an eye on me.
Oh, I made sure I did. Yeah, get that right. But now I'm not so sure. I think you're all going to be cohorts in this.
Hence banana splits. So Lauren,
it's not making me feel any better. Okay.
No. Sorry.
See, there's only 5 years between us. You're only 5 years older than me, and I barely remember that. Who else knows what banana splits is? Just post your comments there.
Syndication for me. So, all right. So, Lorna, which guardian angel saved my son today when he was hit by a semi? Oh, I hope he's okay. He was hit by a semi on the thruway in Florida.
Hi, Lorna. Oh my God.
I missed the hit when I read that.
Okay. The biggest thing that's being brought to my attention about this situation, your son recently started finding his faith again, or going back to his faith, even if it was in his own quiet way. And this was supposed to seal the deal and help him to realize that he really needs that in his life. I feel like he's been very lost for a long time. And although they're making me feel like on the outside, he probably lived like a good, for the most part, a good life where he puts on a good show, or you wouldn't necessarily know it. But we're talking on the inside, like his soul was missing something, and he is an individual and a person. He needed that, and he, was lost. I keep seeing that he needed to swerve or move out of the way. And it was impossible for him to do that. And it happened in a way that he can't explain, because there's no way he could have physically done that, or turned the wheel the way he did, or maneuvered the car the way he did with the position he was already in. They're actually referring to a situation where that happened to me about 10 years ago. A lady pulled out in front of me, and I had to swerve. And when I did, there was a big old garbage truck coming right at me in the other lane. And I literally was like smushed against my door like this with the wheel. Somebody grabbed the wheel from over here, and I was alone because I was going to work. And someone grabbed it from over here by the passenger seat and yanked it the rest of the way to help me swerve around all of it, because otherwise I would have gotten smashed head on by the garbage truck. And that's the kind of thing that they're showing me happened with your son. But the key is he needs to use that now. He needs to take the positive from this, and he needs to realize what this was for him, because it was another chance. It was supposed to be an eye opener for him. I also feel like he was going very, very fast though, as well. This really comes down to his faith. This was not a family member. This was divine intervention all the way. Your son has some things he needs to do in his life. And he needs to be around to do them. He needs to get up off his butt and start doing what he knows he needs to do. And I'm not saying he's lazy. He's just not doing the things he's supposed to be, to fulfill his soul and what it needs in this life. I'm hearing from the right side, make the most of it. Make the most of it. They want me to tell you too, you must be thinking or feeling like when they say second chance, or he needs to, this was supposed to be an eye opener. It's not a punishment. It's not if you don't listen, this is going to happen again and you won't be so lucky. That's not what they're saying. It's about the direction his life is supposed to go in, and how he's supposed to find himself as a person. That's what they want you to take from this. It was to reinforce what he was already slowly starting to realize from within. That's the best way I can say that. Okay, so I'm very glad that it missed him. And I'm very glad that he had the help that he did today. So best of luck to both of you, for sure. A lot of prayers of thanks need to go up tonight, that's for sure. Best of luck, honey. Thanks for your question. Yeah, that was close. He shouldn't have come out of that. He wasn't. That's no one would have been able to.
All right. Well, so thanks. Let's get a couple hellos in there. Again, folks, if you could please share, please don't start a watch party, but if you could share wherever you're watching from, we'd appreciate that. So, Maxine, hello. Thank you for joining
Hello,
us.
hello.
And Michelle, hello. Carrie, hello. If you guys want to see something
Hi.
really cool, go to Bigfoot Mountain on Facebook or Instagram, Sassy Sasquatch Girl on Instagram. But Carrie reached out to me yesterday about a print, and we haven't done Tactical Tuesday, but we'll do a lot of it next week. Used a 3D scanner to get a print, and it's a really cool print. So I just happened to see that. Yeah, Michelle's reminding me about milk and cookies with TV.
Oh, so cute.
Jay does remember what good old Banana Splits was, but he's old like me.
I was just going to say he's way older. I'm the baby of the
group. Hello, Shandell.
Hi, Shandell.
And hey, Stacy.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see. Good evening, Darlene. And good evening, Lauren. And let me get into the next. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. I'm getting into our next set of questions there. Oh, Brian from Bearded. Hello. Thank you for joining us again tonight. And
hi,
Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Okay, so I'm getting right up here.
All right.
John, I can't wait for the show next week. Just see how crazy I'm going to be. So next we're going to. Hey, I'm getting onto this thing today. Penny, I'd like to know if my grandmother Ethel has any message for me at this time. Thanks.
Hi, Penny. How are you? Seeing a flower print apron tied around her waist. She's cook. She liked to cook, but I am also seeing fresh baked what looks like cookies because she holds up the tray. As she showed me the apron first. The apron for me is cooking, but she also wore the apron. Sorry guys, I have like this one hair that I just can't seem to get that just keeps tickling my face. And then as I acknowledge the cooking, she holds up the tray of cookies. She's saying move, move, move. You know what to do, move. She's being kind of stern. She's not yelling at you, but there's a definite lack of patience there when she says that, almost like enough's enough, let's go. Do it, move. My foot keeps itching too, and it's getting worse. So you guys saw me going like this earlier, I was trying to reach my foot like this because it itches like a mother right now. So for those of you who don't know, I'm also empathic. What that means is I can feel things mentally, emotionally, and physically, either what spirit wants me to feel or what I pick up on from other people. So that being said, the itchy foot, I feel like has to do with your grandma Ethel in some way because it got worse as we started to talk about her. More validation for you. The quicker we validate the physical stuff, the quicker it goes away, the better it is for me, especially when we get into the whole cardiopulmonary thing when I can't breathe. She's saying something about her feet. Feet. Yeah, but her big thing with you is move. Move. Do it already, move. Okay, so however you take that, whatever that means to you, best of luck. And thank you for your question. When Spirit doesn't give me a lot of detail to follow up or to explain things, that's their way of letting me know that we're probably talking about something a little more personal. And depending on what kind of setting we're in, one-on-one, there's no boundaries. It's no holds barred. That's what you're there for. Anything goes. When you're in a live show with me, or if I'm doing a party, depending on who's there, it might be a little more intimate. They may get into more detail. This kind of a venue, you may not want all your personal information out there. You may not want them to get into details. So they're going to give you the information or the kind of message you're going to understand. But again, if there's anything that you don't understand or you can't make a connection with, again, you can contact me the next day and we will definitely try to clarify that for you. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck. You look kind of flustered over there, Michael. Huh? Yeah, you. Huh?
It's the new setup tonight.
Okay, you're forgiven.
Want to work with me tonight? Okay, folks that are coming in right now, we appreciate it. Please share, like, and definitely share this this feed out from wherever you're watching from. Please share the feed, not a watch party, because folks are asking questions in a watch party. We'll never see them. In reference to questions, please ask the question once. If you ask the question more than once on here, it will mess up my scroll, and I will lose folks' questions that are up above. So please only ask the question once. And I have as I go down, I write your message or questions come in, I write your name down and the time down so I can go back and find it. But sometimes when we ask the same question, or if you ask multiple questions, it tends to blow somebody's question off. And we try to get to everybody's question when we can. So the next one, and we really appreciate our fans, so I really like to try to make sure I get everybody. And I guess it frustrates me more when I get my finger on there and it's like, that's a really good question. I want to know the answer. And it's whoosh, it's gone. The universe works in strange ways.
And I have to hear about it after the show, and I'm already brain dead going, but I lost it. And then that person didn't get their message. And you know what?
But I know I needed to answer that question.
He cares way more than you guys even realize. I promise.
Yeah, and please do not direct message us because do them here, because the direct messages pull a whole nother screen somewhere else. Yeah. So the next one's from Tracy. But we love you guys, and we love doing these reading shows. So even though I'm stealing the show next week with the guys, but we're gonna be worried about my partner here. So great. Thanks, Kristie, for surprising me today with Cliff coming on. My question of the night is: I keep getting a deer that comes out to see me, so to speak. What does that mean? Is it coming out in person, or is it coming in a dream? That's an interesting question for me. Go ahead.
Really?
I'm not answering questions tonight. That's your job. Mine's the mumble.
Clearly, take it away.
I bumble through them.
Listen, this is my show tonight. You get next week. The first thing that I see when he reads that to me is this deer walking up in your backyard, and I see the eyes. It's the eyes. And now I'm picking up on a grandfather type figure. Something about a flame. And when I see the deer's eye, it's like a light is flickering. It's like a light is shining either off of or in this eye, these eyes. I'm being told from the right, and again, quickly, people who don't realize how this works for me, the right side, any information I get from the right side, that's divine. Our personal spirit guides, angels, saints, guardians, all the way up to God or whoever your higher power is. Left is spirit. Anybody or anything that's passed from this life on to the next comes from my left. This is coming from the right, your spirit guides. And they're saying to me that those moments are supposed to bring you peace and clarity. They're meant to help you find those moments of clarity, to kind of just let things go when things start to get to you. And this is definitely a grandfather figure who sends it to you when you need it. But I feel like it's almost like this deer has an intuition all its own. I also feel the need to tell you too, and this goes for anybody, but I feel like there'd be important for you to understand. When I say there's a grandfather figure or a mother figure or somebody like that coming forward, it does not have to be yours. It does not have to be someone who was biologically connected to you. It could be a neighbor that was like a grandfather to you, or I always give the example. My mom has 3 best friends that she grew up with in high school. I went to high school with. I grew up calling them aunt, and I think it was about 8 until I realized I wasn't actually related to them, but my family was so big I just didn't question it. But they were just her best friends, and so it doesn't have to be technically connected to you in that way. But you definitely have the grandfather figure. And peace and clarity is what you need to remember. Allow yourself to have those moments when they happen. That deer knows. He sends it to you on purpose. Okay? So enjoy that when it lasts, or when it happens and while it lasts. Okay? Thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay, guys, I have everybody's questions right now, so nobody has to double ask a question. So I'm going in order. Hello for the folks that are tuning in right now. We appreciate that. So the next one is going to be from Jennifer. Yeah, and that's 810. So there we go. And please like and share and get us out there. And, if you can't listen all the way through tonight, we are on Spreaker, we are on iTunes, and we're a bunch of other podcasts. So you can search for us here on YouTube, WLFEDB Radio on their page. We're out on a couple. So Jennifer's got a question. Hello, wondering if there's any advice for me for my guides.
Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, move on. When I first received that message, I saw your husband or significant other. But then I feel like that also has to do with you, with work or your career. Move on, time for a change. That's what I'm being told. It will be all right. Yes, it's scary. There's a lot of unknown. I feel like you might even have to move, relocate, make some big changes, but everything's going to be good. I see happiness and laughter. I feel good. I feel lighthearted. I feel free. And the biggest thing I just keep feeling is the reassurance that this will all be okay. And you can't really see how the clouds are going to lift and how, everything will be so clear when you do this and it's all said and done. It will work out. And I can hear you say, I just don't know. I just don't know. You'll be fine. It will be more than fine. It'll be great. Yeah, and you'll be much happier. Okay, so thank you for your question. Best of luck.
Awesome. Let's change this up a little bit here so we can read things a little better. There we go. New keyboard. I keep losing stuff. So
this is for your old eyes. I don't know. Just saying.
All right. So Jody was one of those doubles that were in here, but I think the second version of the question sounds a little easier to read than the second one. So we come down here. There we go. Can a person that is
really hard, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
If I don't look too hard, I might break the camera with this ugly face. Let's see. Can a person that has passed away travel through another person at the moment they are passing away? That's an interesting question.
Hi, Jody. Good question. Yeah, I think they can. I can channel, so spirit can come right through me if I let them, and if they're strong enough, and work through me, and I can essentially pull myself back. That's actually what I did, and that's what got me on Destination Fear, the fact that that actually happened, and that I could do that. So, yeah, that's a big deal. And there are a lot of times where people, while they're passing and transitioning, can and will go visit people. Their spirit will go and they'll kind of like say their goodbyes. I know a few people like that myself who experienced it. A couple that I knew the person who passed, and then I heard from their family later that happened. I've also had people, be with me during readings, and well, that's actually more. They just came through in the reading and actually passed through them. But yeah, that can happen. A lot of times it's not unusual for your loved ones, especially when they realize that that's what's happening, for them to come and say their goodbyes and do things that way. It's almost like they're trying to give you one last hug, and to let you know that they're there. So yes, I think that's absolutely possible. I do believe that happens. Yeah. So I hope you had a good experience with that, and thank you for your question. That was a good one. Yeah. Yeah, remember, guys, girls and guys and gals, I should say, you don't have to, if you have just other kinds of questions, feel free to ask them. This is not something you have to, get advice for or receive messages for. If you want to know anything, just ask. You're definitely open to whatever you want to know.
We're the taste of the universe. So if we don't have the answer, we're going to find somebody that has the answer, because I want to learn.
That's right.
I've always been black and white. In the last 2 years, now it's been a little longer than that. I started doing this Bigfoot thing, but life is interesting. We find things, and that's what we're here for, is to help broaden everybody's horizons. So yeah, I'm the Bigfoot guy, but you know what? We both do energy healing, and the stuff I've seen with that and different types of, energy healing from around the world, even be it martial arts, be it acupuncture, acupressure, martial art, breathing, energy healing. It's all different, and we all kind of connect to this universe in strange and different ways. Even it's that in runner's high, when you get out, it's learning things. So that's, unfortunately, we didn't have our guest last week, but she will be back with us there, and we'll be talking about, survival training and being a survivalist and getting off the grid. So it's always a different thing. So the next one is going to be from Katie Shepard. Wondering if there are any spirit messages for me. Feel like life is at somewhat of a standstill. Wondering what's next for me. And, we never really gotten in the moon. We can talk about that too, because it was a crazy weekend with that full moon. It's thrown the universe around. So I'll let you get to Katie's question there, and I'm going to go back and check for some more.
Hi, Katie. So yeah, you are kind of at a standstill. I see you just kind of standing in place, spinning your wheels. Hello.
Hey, where'd you go? There you go.
I have no idea that was all you. So what I'm being told is this is going to happen for a little while longer. Your guides are telling me that right now you are right where you're supposed to be. And you guys all have to remember that when I say something like that to you, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily pleasant or that you're happy with where you are or what's going on around you. It means you're doing what you're supposed to at this point in time for your soul to do what it needs to do next. Because again, it's about the journey. It's not about necessarily just the end result. The journey is actually the most important part, what we learn, what we take from it, how we grow, because we're only as strong as our souls are ascended when we pass, and our lives will only be as fulfilling and easy as they can be the more we live our soul's purpose in this life. So that's what's going on with you right now. I'm hearing spiritual growth with you. Spiritual growth, very important. This is a time that you should be finding yourself, because you're not going to get the answers you're looking for by asking other people or just trying to logically think things through and make changes that you believe you should be making, or that your head tells you is right. You have to now start following your heart and your gut, your intuition. And that's what's going to get you through and lead you in the right direction. Stop being so afraid to do that. You're a logical thinker, I can tell. And when you do that, you talk yourself right out of a message or a sign or a symbol or guidance that you're being given. Your gut is your intuition. It's your radar, your red flag system, your mandar. But your spirit guides also work with that to help you. So when you're feeling that pull, when you're feeling that guidance, you need to really focus on that. And you're not always going to have the answers either. That's very frustrating. You're not always going to have the clarity you want or you seek mentally, but it's about having faith. And that's the point you're at in your life right now. But you will get there. I feel like you already are starting to realize this and you're already starting to work with this. So keep doing what you're doing and continue to grow. And you will see that eventually you won't be moving in place anymore. You will be able to move forward. Okay. You're supposed to have, I'm hearing the word a lucrative career, and a happy and fulfilling life. And I see little kids too. So keep up the good work and you're going to get there. You're going to have everything you can already feel you should have. You just don't know how to grasp it. Okay. So thanks for your question. Best of luck.
Awesome. Okay. Next one. So a couple. Hello. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
And he loves us.
Finally able to open up
At least I hope it's us that he does.
What's that?
I said, at least I hope it's both of us. And Mike says, we rock. We appreciate that. Looking to get some other. We were gonna get in touch with you. We got some really cool stuff we figured out over the weekend. Jody had some follow up I wanted to get to.
Oh, good.
For the folks that have posted in the feed that have lost loved ones in the recent weeks and stuff like that. We are definitely sorry for your loss, especially in these COVID times. I mean, I lost my dad a couple of weeks ago, and it's not easy for any of us right now. So, my prayers for you and your families go out right now. And Jody said she went through it the other day with the passing of her mother-in-law. That's her question for her contact above. And again, we don't, and I don't generally skip around, but there's a question that was in here that's kind of relate to that one about the channeling that energy. And Micah has this one here. Can a person's soul be split into two souls? I feel like my mom and I were one. And that's like, I think that's kind of an interesting thing. That is interesting. Yeah, just an interesting one that we need to do a little digging, but
Well, what's interesting about that is one thing, one big thing that I have learned is that every one of us that are gifted, we experience the same things. We just may describe them, classify them, call them, use different terminology differently. For a long time, people would talk about downloads to me and, how, it was frustrating when that would happen and this is how it felt and that's how it felt. And I don't really experience that. It's not really made very obvious to me when that's happening. But I find that a lot of people who go through those are people who maybe opened up later in life or were never able to connect until they were older or didn't get to that place. And because I've been like this my whole life, this is all I know. So when I'm receiving a download, so to speak, I don't classify it like that or even think about it that way, only because it's just not how I associate with it. So we're all different, but we all go through the same things. We just see it differently. Our perspective on it is just different. So when it comes to split souls, I feel like what you're describing, at least in my experience, is more like kindred spirits. People who go through, and have that special connection and go through many lifetimes together, and have that closeness and that connection, where you feel like you're one and the same. There are different things like parallel lives, past lives, and that's what I'm referring to. Parallel lives would be, our soul split now. So I would be living, say, 5 different lives. And it's said that if, we're out of sync or not doing what we should in one, that ripple effect affects the other 4 lives. So we may be having a problem now, even though I'm doing everything in this lifetime, right now, in this moment, in this form. I might be doing everything I should be and right where I should be, but maybe I am not doing something I should be in life number three or parallel life number three. So that's going to affect one, four, and five. Does that, or one, two, four, and five? Does that make sense? That's the best way I really know how to describe that or to explain it. But I really feel like in your case, you're talking about kindred spirits and somebody that you have actually gone through lifetimes with, and not only been a part of their lives, but you guys have been through things that connect you and bond you in a different way. Like either you were in battle together, one of you died for the other, you were always close, you always protected each other. Maybe you went through the same things and you survived certain things, whatever the case is. That's what I feel like you're talking about with your mother. And that's actually more common than people realize. So, yeah, so I'm not surprised. And that's a really neat connection to have with somebody. It's very special for sure. So thank you for your question. It's a different question. I like the different questions.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note of kindred spirits, no, I have not got a hold of Amy yet. That's one I'm still working on. Life has been a little crazy with work. So the next one is from Elaine. Hello, my parents have passed.
Elaine.
Anything from Ed or Mary?
The first thing, I see a belt, especially the buckle part and the holes especially. I'm torn. I don't necessarily feel like it was I do feel like it was something that was used as a punishment, but I also, because I hear him like snapping the belt, he loops it and he snaps it. But I don't think it was something that was necessarily abusive to you. I think it was probably just distinctive with how he disciplined. Your dad was a heavy smoker. You could see a big plume of smoke come out of his mouth. And now I see your mom just kind of standing there. And she's very quiet. It's almost like she's timid or afraid to say something or to speak up. She kind of just, folds her hands and just kind of rests them and then kind of backs up a little bit. I heard the word guidance. And then I see your son. They're showing me a boy, and I feel like it's your son. And I'm hearing guidance. But I will say this too. The way they feel very good to me. They're in the light. I like the way they feel. They're calm. They're comforting. I feel like there was love. Not perfect, but loving. The way that they're communicating with me tells me a lot about what was going on at the time of their passing. When spirit doesn't use their mouth or their words, and they use things like symbols and visions the way they are now, it lets me know, it's their way of letting me know that at the time of their passing, they were not able to think clearly, communicate effectively, or at all. They may have even been unconscious completely whether it was 2 minutes before they died or 6 months before they died. So I feel like that's more so for your dad. Your mom is in some ways indicating to me that she had some sort of issue, but that wasn't really necessarily why she's not talking. Um, I'm hearing them say again, guidance. I see what should be your son, and then I hear he'll get there. He'll get there. Yeah. So that's it. So yep, that's all they have for you. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Again, folks, if you're tuning in now, and you're listening to Mike and Kristie from Where's My Sage. If you need to tune out later, well, yeah, I know. I just now that we're on iTunes and Spreaker and that, there's podcasts, so it's good to remind everybody. Also, if you're asking questions, only ask the question once. I am getting through them. I have a nice little list of my little lineup over here of where we're at. We're currently going through the questions at about the 8:20 mark. So getting into the next one right now. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm just like, la la la. Hey, this spirit wants to talk to you, they will, and if not, hey, and he's like, nope, we got a schedule. Let's go.
Schedule. I just want to make sure.
We balance each other out nicely, don't we?
Please share. I might be able to dig out a special another reading show. Christine said it's going to be a little bit. We're going to be putting up some special ones. I'm taking over next week. I'm just so happy about this. She got me a wonderful lineup. So I got Steve's face covered there. That didn't work out so well. So let me come into the next comments here.
Hey, I had to make sure, when the cat's away, the boys aren't going to play too hard.
Yes. So Sarah, hi from Florida. Hello in Florida. Hopefully weather's nice down there right now. Anything from my brother Theo? He passed last October. I'm going to mute myself here.
Okay. Gaming system, video games. I'm hearing the word close. I feel like he's telling me you were close. I have a few different things going on with him. So the way he's acting, I needed him to come forward a little more. But the fact that he's coming through the way he is initially tells me things as well. But I asked him to really step up and talk to me. And what he did, and not in an inappropriate type of a way, but very distinct. He stepped right up to me, put his nose on my neck, and he smelled my neck like he was trying to smell my perfume or smell something on me. I'm getting a few things from him. I feel like in some ways he was ill or sick. He dealt with something for a while. I do feel like he was on the younger side, but not too young. But he's also taking responsibility for the fact that He is accountable or responsible in some way for his death. Now, initially when he came forward, the way he was communicating with me, he kind of got my attention, wanted my attention, he got it, and he kind of backed off or seemed to be avoiding me and got real quiet.
Follow up down below.
That's him in the picture. That's him. You didn't give up on him, but that just solidifies how he's coming through and what he's trying to say by that. When spirit does that, it tells me about how they died. Usually it means they committed suicide. It could also mean that they had a hand in their own death, or they're accountable or responsible in some way, shape, or form, even if it was accidental or inadvertent. It could also mean that they were murdered. There were questionable circumstances surrounding their death. He absolutely is accountable. He has to be held accountable for why he died and how he died. He's made me feel there was sort of an overdose or some sort of medication or drug involved with his passing or with his death. I do feel like he had addiction. I also feel like he was alone. He says, "You're the best sister I ever had." He says, "You refused to give up on me when everybody else did." He says, "Tough love. I needed tough love." I'm hearing you have a family and you had to put them first.
Follow up below.
I'm really sorry, but I want you to know he's in the light. He's in a very good place. And the reason I hesitated in the beginning and then finally asked him to come forward and the way I explained it was that I had a lot coming at me at once was because I was trying to really figure out what was going on because he took me through all of it. I was a little unsure of what was going on because when I can tell spirit had a hand in their own death and fits into that category like that, some of them, when they feel to me more confident and more solid, it means he's already getting help on the other side. He's already moving past that. He doesn't want to be remembered for that. He wants to do better. And just like in life, we have their free will to make decisions to do better and make changes. We can do that on the other side and in death. And that's what he's already doing. He already knew he was screwing up. And the fact that you said he relapsed just reinforces that. He's already moving on and trying to do right. He accepts total responsibility and says, this is not your fault. You have to let that go. You can't control somebody. We can only do so much for people that we love. And sometimes the best thing we can do is to give them tough love because we have to be able to love ourselves more and take care of our families and take care of ourselves. And sometimes it's the best example we can set for somebody like that too. He says, I didn't want to listen. Didn't want to listen. He makes me feel like he was doing very well. And then something happened and it really hit him hard. And he chose to allow his emotions to get the better of him instead of being strong and instead of doing what he should have and fought to stay where he was at. He chose to let everything go and he succumbed to that emotion and he went and he did what he shouldn't have done. He says, and I paid the price for it. He says, don't let that happen to you. Whatever that means to you, don't let that happen to you. Okay, so thank you for your question, honey. I'm very sorry for your loss, but your brother is in a good place and he is safe. And his soul is okay, and his soul is already moving on in a very positive way. So please try to take comfort in that. Okay, so best of luck with everything.
Okay. Our next one's from Linda, from Niagara Falls, and she wonders why
Hi,
she's
Linda.
waking up with bruises. Hmm.
Hmm. All right, so Linda, bruises are never a good thing, especially if they're coming out of nowhere, especially if you're waking up with them and you didn't go to bed with them, especially if you sleep alone or they're in shapes and forms and they're distinct bruises and markings that you can't relate to a spouse sleeping next to you or an animal or a child sharing the bed with you. Or you can't associate it with doing something a day or so before that, walking into the chest in your hallway like I do all the time and just get right above the knee on the side. Um, we'll probably need to talk more about this in private. But one thing I am being told is that you've been ignoring something for a very long time, and you need to open up your eyes and finally face it. I feel like you've been ignoring signs around your house and things that have been going on. There's also a man that I don't like very much. I don't like what I feel. I don't like what I'm picking up on. Um, but I'm going to need more details than what we can gather from you here. So I'd like you to give me a call tomorrow. Okay. And we can talk more tomorrow about what's going on, and we'll do the best we can to help you. Okay. So thank you very much for your question. I'll look forward to your phone call. Stay safe.
Thank you. All right. So let me get into the next one here. Again, folks, thanks for joining us.
I also have to say,
Yeah.
too, Linda, I'm also picking up on a male, and I'm getting an ache and a pain in my back, in this area in my back. And when you went to move on, it started in my chest. So this man also had issues. Like, he had something serious like emphysema, pneumonia, lung cancer, COPD. But because it's in my chest, I also have to say was most likely he had a heart issue as well, a cardiac something or other. Because my chest hurts and my back in this area hurts too. So I feel like it's a combination of a cardiopulmonary thing going on. I don't like this guy. I don't like him. So when you go to bed tonight, what I do want you to do is make an announcement that nobody's allowed to bother you, and you need to surround yourself in white light for the night. Okay, just picture yourself in a bubble of white light. Okay. I'm hearing brother. Also hearing brother. I can breathe again, and the pain in my chest and my back is going away. I feel like he just needed to be acknowledged. I don't necessarily think that this is who is bruising you, if that's the case. But now that I got that out, we will definitely talk more in detail tomorrow. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey.
Next one's from Shireen. Hi, I was wondering if there's anything from my mom or dad, Susan or James, or anybody else.
Hi, Shireen. How are you? Um, Don't call her Sue or Susan. She says, my name is Sue. So mom is Sue. And dad says you need to step up and be tough. You need to step up and be tough. That's what you're being told. Yeah. I'm saying enough is enough. It's time to stand up and be tough. Yes. That's it. Okay. They kind of just stopped on me. So thank you for your question. Best of luck with everything.
Unmute me.
You're getting so much better at that. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
keep losing my.
mute yourself next week.
Oh, I'm gonna keep myself muted the whole time. Let's see. Tammy's wondering if the two spirits are still in her house there.
Hi, Tammy. So we talked about this before?
Yeah, about three readings ago. It was one of the specials that we did.
Wow.
I have to go back and look at my notes.
I remember that, but when I ask you to do something on an investigation, you're like, huh, what?
My short-term memory is gone.
What?
Yeah, I have to go back and look at my notes exactly which one.
No, that's okay. I feel very calm, Tammy. I feel like things are at rest. I feel peaceful. I feel like everything is okay. I feel like whatever you did helped and it worked. That's what I'm getting. And I don't remember anything about what we talked about before, but that's what I'm getting now. Oh, my upstairs that showed himself to me. Was this by the window? Is that the vision I had of the man looking out a window? You know, it doesn't even matter. What I'm feeling now is more peaceful. I feel like you did something whenever you did, it worked or it helped. Your guides are stepping forward and saying, be vigilant. So you need to keep up on the practices that you know are going to help and maintain what you've started. But right now I feel like it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for your question. And you know where to find us if there's anything, you know, or if anything happens or if it changes, you know where to find us.
Next one's from Caitlin. I was presented with a mediumship class. Should I pursue it or no?
No. And I'm hearing no, not because you shouldn't pursue it, but because I don't feel like the classes that you're going to sign up for are proper or just the right ones for you. And I don't know who you're taking them from. They're not telling me. So it's not me trying to get you to stay away from anybody because I feel like I got to put that out there. I just feel like I'm getting a strong no. And you need to pursue, but you are jumping on the first thing that comes along, not taking it because you feel like it's right. I almost feel like you'd be out of place there. And there are so many different people and so many different classes and mentors out there who can work with you in different ways. Like I work with people one-on-one, people offer classes. You have to do things the way you know it's going to work for you, where you're going to be able to really connect with yourself and put in the time and make the commitment to do it the way you know you're going to learn and then stick with it. That's what they're looking for from you. And no, might even just be they want this place you're going to go to, or the classes you may want to take, or from whoever it's going to be from. They may be okay for you in the future, but right now they want you to consider the things I just said first before you jump into just doing something to do it or because it's presented itself to you. And I'm a big one for people, even the people that mentor with me, as long as they're taking, as long as they're still sticking with their sessions with me, and I'm teaching them the fundamentals and the basics, if nothing else. I encourage them. If there's a seminar that comes up or something, I always encourage them. If you feel pulled or drawn, go take it. Let me know how it is. You need to be able to expand your horizons and do different things. And I don't feel like that's going to be encouraged with you. And I think you need that. They're also telling me to have you wait about 6 months before you make a decision. I think there's going to be more options for you. And I think that you're going to be able to, I think there's going to be a different opportunity presented and you're going to be glad, excuse me, that you went down that road instead. Again, I think it has to do with how you learn and how you're actually going to, it's the best way for you to go about doing that for yourself, at least at this point. That's how I'm going to leave that. But good for you for wanting to pursue it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because you definitely are supposed to pursue it. So yeah, good luck with everything, honey. Yeah, thank you for that.
I'll come back up here.
Yeah, we probably should have to. What?
So Tammy had some follow-up down below there, but I think we need to look at our notes from the other day.
Okay. I'll let you get on that at some point.
Yeah,
I keep mine for a while, but then I get rid of them after a couple weeks.
I just don't remember that much into it. So, all right.
You remembered more than me, but I never remember. When I'm in my zone, I'm in my zone. You guys know how it goes.
I'm trying to remember everybody's names, so that's the big thing, Remember our fans, Maria, any messages from my spirit guides?
Hi, Maria. Okay, so I was writing your name. I know how to spell Spike, Dover Spike. And instead of a P, I wrote a T. So for some reason, the letter T is important. I feel like you're being given advice by somebody you don't necessarily want to receive advice from, or some sort of direction, and you're struggling and grappling with the fact that it feels right. So you probably should do it, but because it's whoever it is, you really don't want to. It's okay. You need to follow their lead on this and take their advice and go with the flow. I'm hearing don't be so big-headed. You're also being told your son will be okay. Yeah, your son will be okay. Yeah, I saw it. It's breaking my concentration here. No,
folks.
you.
I sometimes I don't mean to laugh, but I'm getting the feeds in, and uh, a
Yeah.
very great energy healer. If you ever get to see him speak, Brian Daly
Hello, Brian.
might have been brought here on a UFO. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But he says, Mike, I don't want to be a medium. I want to be a large.
See, and
And
I want to be a medium, and I am a large. So.
if you guys ever want to look at some energy healing and sound healing, look up Dr. Brian Daly. He is absolutely amazing. He teaches at the Monroe Institute. And one of these crazy nights, we'll get Brian on here with us. So he is one of my mentors. So sorry. Again, I
Sorry about
apologize
that,
for
Brian.
Maria never bouncing on there, but sometimes he catches me off guard when I'm not looking.
Yeah,
So.
that one popped up, and I was just looking right in that direction, and I saw it.
We love you guys. If anybody else wants to catch me off guard, do it. I need it usually after the end of the day. So I'm going to mute.
So Maria, don't worry about your son.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. And mute Mike. There you go. Finally, I tell you to mute yourself now. But the letter T, I'm being told to ask you what the letter T stands for or why that's important. So if you can give us feedback on that, that'd be great. I'm not quite sure why they want me to ask you that, but I just do what I'm told. I think it has something to do with your father or your dad or a father figure. Mm-hmm. I can feel I feel like you're going, oh, oh, God, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to take this advice. God, why are they telling me to do this? You're going to be so glad when you do. You're going to be so happy when you did it. Who's Terry? Um, I heard yes, watch him. So hopefully that makes sense to you.
She's got a question mark there with Terry.
Yeah, I heard yes, watch him. Watch him. Yep. So thank you very much for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Again, for those folks tuning in, we're going in order as the questions came in. So we're trying to get to everybody. If it doesn't seem we got to yours, we're just coming right down the line here. So just make sure there wasn't a follow-up. And Maria says he passed. So just to follow up on that before I go too far.
Thank you.
Sorry on that. So next one's going to be it's 8:18. So yeah, that's where I am, folks. Coming in at the 8:18 mark, and it's right here. And
We can hold Teddy up for a little while, right? Will we have like a half an hour, buffer zone?
yeah, we got a Teddy buffer
Over.
zone. He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna get a Teddy buffer zone out of things tonight. We're gonna use it. We are gonna use the buffer zone. So Kathleen has any messages for me tonight? So
Hi, Kathleen.
where's my mute button?
Ooh. Before you break your mouse. Ooh, girl, I'm getting a pinch right here, up here on my shoulder. Oh, and my neck. All over here is just, it's all, these muscles are tensing up. They're sharp pains. I don't know who this is with me right now, but they're very snide. And they're almost taking pleasure in telling you that somebody here has your number. They're saying somebody's got your number and you better be careful of that. So I feel like if you're doing something or trying to get away with something or don't. Just don't. Don't. You won't get away with it. Don't. I have to say too, and this goes for everybody, when you get a message, again, one of these things that's hard to explain and keep explaining. That's why I kind of just do it as we go. I feel like at least part of this message is for somebody else. It's not for you. So when I'm giving you information, you know, and you're like, okay, this makes no sense. Can't connect with it. I have no freaking clue what she's talking about. This is not me. But I'm still insisting that it's first person like this. What Spirit's saying by doing that is we know it's not you, it's someone close to you. So again, it's hard to go through this in a venue like this or in a situation like this. But so I have a feeling that you cannot connect with all of that message. And that's because it's not about you, it's about somebody else as well. And when we say someone else, they're talking about somebody who's closer to you, like friends, family, or coworkers, people you see more regularly. So, but again, if ever you're not sure of what I'm saying and you still can't make sense of it, or if you need clarification on something, please get a hold of me the next day, and I will do my best to clarify, what they were saying. That's why I do keep my notes for a little while. Yeah, so that's all I'm receiving for you tonight on this one. So, yeah, so thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck.
Okay, next one from Stacy. And folks, there's the other thing I forgot to mention for those that are tuning in now. I'm pulling from 5 different locations. So I'm pulling from Kristie's business page, WLFEDB Radio, Tactical Bigfoot Research, Where's My Sage, our Facebook public page, and from our YouTube page tonight. So if you're looking and you're like, boy, these messages don't look like they're in our feed, it's because we're pulling from a couple different feeds. So the next one's from Kristie. Do you pick up anything in general about my path, the people in it, and where I'm headed? Hugs.
Hi, Stacy. Still struggling with your gifts, still struggling with your identity when it comes to kind of thing. Are you going to just start being yourself? That's what I'm hearing. When are you going to just start doing what you know you need to do and say screw everybody else? That all just came from the right side. When is it going to be about you and not what you think you should be doing or what everybody else expects of you? Or finally taking that leap and having the faith to do it. That's what they're saying. You're stronger than you think, and you're stronger than you give yourself credit for, but you are afraid to classify yourself, and you have to stop being afraid to do that at this point. You have to figure out who you are and own that, and own it with an attitude. Absolutely. So, okay, I don't understand this, but I'm laughing because they're reminding me of the time. This is for those of you who don't know who this is. This is Stacey Horton. She has been on a few of the channel TV shows on television. She She works with, well, Mike can actually describe better. I don't know everybody or all the different names of all the different groups, but Miss Stacy has done her fair share of things the way I do.
Yeah.
And so we were on an investigation together one time with Mike, and Mike was driving. And when Mike got out to get gas, Stacy and I decided to change the radio for some reason. For whatever reason.
Oh, you froze.
I don't even know what it was. The beachy, like, sand in your, I don't even know. It was some wacky radio station we found in the car. And Mike had a conniption when he got back in. He's like, "You're never touching my radio again." For whatever reason, Stacy, that situation is being brought to my attention, and I feel like you'll know the significance of it. I mean, to me, it was just it's a fun memory. But
don't mess with my techno music.
But yeah, you need to go back to that. You need to get back there and then start again. That's what they're saying. So, yeah,
so look for Bigfoot and go to a casino.
Yeah. But it was something about the music, and it was something about that time and that point in time for you. That's what I think they really want you to focus on. So start there for sure. But it's time for you to own this. I'm here to own this bitch, and let's get a move on. You have things to do. You're some pretty sassy spirit guides. So
before I miss this one, yeah, Kathleen was wondering where she could reach out to you to follow up on your business page, correct? Or email or message. Okay, yeah.
Yes, and so you can find all of my contact information on my Facebook page, Kristie London, Medium and Reiki Master. I do also have a website. I have not officially announced that yet, but I do have a website that's up and running, blueeyedempath.com. You can also go there. But all my contact information is there. The best and easiest, most direct way to contact me is just Facebook. Text me or call me. Nope, text me or call me. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. And so then it will be easier for me to get back to you.
Just not 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, or 6 a.m. either, because people have been having an issue. Lately, I've been, my phone's going off at like,
So Stacy says, "Thank you."
Like, who are these people?
All right.
Oh, you're welcome, Stacy, and thanks for tuning in. And stick with the healing too. That's a huge part for you. Stick with the healing.
You wonder what
all the things you do. Stick with that part. That's big. That's big.
People wonder why I get angry after they reach out to me after 11 when I have to go to work. Get up at 4 to go work. All right.
Well, I have to keep moving. I keep it up for my kids. I keep it up for my students, and Greg just has to learn to live with that. That's
Gabriella and Kristie, wondering if there are any messages from my loved ones. Thank you. And again, folks, I'm going right along, and I think we may run over a little late tonight. So,
hi, Gabriella. So, I'm having this vision. I'm in a cemetery, and it looks a little bit older. And I am seeing it's very calm and it's very peaceful. And as I'm standing in this one area, I'm looking up a couple of rows. Yeah, it's older because this cemetery does not have these big. Oh, my neck is just. The more I'm talking, it's slowly creeping up, and it's just all cramping on me. The headstones are not the big elaborate ones we have now. They're the smaller, not necessarily like 1800 style small. middle of the road kind of, either squared off or they're rounded. And they're really just more like concrete, stone. Um, but I keep seeing this this woman. She's so pretty. She's beautiful. She's slender. She looks to be younger. I'm gonna say she's not more than 25. She looks to have blonde hair. She is in this white, flowing, light dress that's just blowing in the breeze. She looks to have a crown of like a flower crown and a veil hanging, coming down off behind it. And she is just walking through. And I'm hearing carefree, carefree. She has this golden yellow hair that's longer and thicker, and it just flows down her back. It's like a yellow, golden yellow. Yeah, she's just beautiful. That's all I'm seeing with you. If this is a very peaceful situation. It's a very calm situation. I'm hearing the word clarity from your spirit guides. And I'm also hearing lessons to be learned. Grandmother, Rose, she looks like a shorter, heavier lady. Very pleasant. Her hair, when it's done, looks like, a helmet. It's just, but you can see the curl in it, and it's gray, not silver. It looks more gray. And now I'm seeing glasses, and I'm seeing the chain hang. She's always around you. This grandmother's always around you. So thank you so much for a question. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Next one's from Darlene. And she kind of did a clarification, so it's actually a two-parter. So let's go back to the clarification, which is the original question was at 8. So there it is. Okay. I want to know. I want my dad to know I'm doing my best to take care of mom. Is there anything he might want me to know?
I couldn't breathe. Hi, Darlene. Your dad had something with his heart, his lungs, cardiopulmonary. He was all right in here. It took my breath away. Excuse me. I see your mom sitting in, it looks like one of those hospital chairs, the bigger ones, the comfier, cushier ones. And he says she'd be more comfortable. The way your father's communicating with me as well tells me he was most likely not able to communicate, whether effectively or at all, at the time of his passing. It could have been 2 minutes before he died, or 6 months. He could have even been totally unconscious. And he says, I had to go. He says, you're Joanne, but I feel like she's difficult and I feel like she's argumentative. I get the impression by what I'm seeing and the kind of difficulties you're having, she most likely suffers from Alzheimer's, dementia, some sort of confusion, something going on where she can't always remember or keep things straight or realize what's going on. He's saying the smaller the better. And what he means by that is the space, her environment. I almost feel like where she's at is overwhelming, because I still get the feeling like she lives at home or she lives in a house, and I feel like she needs that smaller environment, like one room, one room for herself or one small area of her own. But I also feel like she likes to be left alone a lot, or she should be not have so many people coming at her, always wanting to check on her or talk to her or keep up with her. I do feel like you've kept her with you, and if she's not living with you, that you spend a lot of time with her. He says you're doing the best you can. It's just not enough anymore, and that's not your fault. That's not because you're not doing something or you can't do something. It's out of your hands at this point. So he says try to just be accepting of the situation and love her. He says, I'm very proud of you. You really stepped up, and I feel like you have a brother, and I don't think he did. Not the way he should have anyways, or not the way they would have expected him to. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for your question. Best of luck.
Okay. Next one's from Karen. Hi, wondering if there are any messages for me from Spirit.
Hi, Karen. I'm picking up on mother energy. Seeing a box of crayons. And then I'm seeing blinds, like on a window. And they're almost like the thicker, nicer wooden ones where you can pull, and they're more like a slat. And I want to open them. I want to pull it so it flips open so I can see outside. And when I see outside, I see a backyard and a swing set. She's saying something about be more creative, think like a child. Don't lose him. And then I see a young boy, and I feel like she's talking about him. Don't lose him. You can do this. Yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
All right. So we're gonna
I
keep
could
on
tell
rocking here. It's
I'm
10
kind
to
of just
10.
like, I can't
So
believe it. 2 hours
we
already? What the
yeah, and
you
we've got a
school,
lot
what?
of we still got a decent amount of questions up here.
Do we really? All
Yes,
right,
we
let's
do.
rock it. Oh,
So
I can't do it
so
on.
all right. So we'll say what we got up till the 950 mark. So anything from above 950. So right now where I'm talking is where we're going to get the stuff before here. Do our best to get them done. So next one is going to be another Karen. So this is Karen Lee. How do you know who are the spirits guiding you?
Hi, Karen. Well, it's.
Question.
Ooh, I saw your name and I got goosebumps all up and down my arm. I have a feeling that happens to you a lot. I think it's been happening more and more to you too lately. You've been open your whole life. You need to start mentoring with somebody or take some classes to figure out what's going on. To hone in on how this is supposed to work for you, how it does work for you, to understand yourself. But I'm being told the biggest thing you need to work on is accepting yourself for who you are. And that's a huge one. You can't do anything in life, gifted or not, unless you accept who you are and you can be confident in who you are. Can't accomplish anything or move on without that. The self-confidence and self-acceptance is huge. Yeah, there's a reason they're trying to get your attention. You need to pay attention.
Follow up down below.
Yeah. They're around. They're around. You have a lady that stays with you. So my left arm is the one that got the goosebumps first. I feel like she's a mother figure to you. I also feel like you have a grandmother around you. They're going to help guide you. You get it from them. You get it from the maternal side of your family. That's what it is. So, left side is spirit. So they're going to help guide you and kind of protect you until you start figuring this out. So when you get the goosebumps, as long as it's a good feeling and you don't get something in the pit of your stomach saying something's off or wrong, you know that it is your grandmother around you. That's how your body physically is reacting to it right now. But all those things change, and that's why it's important that you find somewhere to go, you find someone to talk to, you find someone to work with, so that you can understand what's going on, and you can really grasp it. It's going to start hitting you hardcore. It's going to start really happening, and they want you to be prepared for it. Okay. And the only way you're really going to learn, unless someone really pops up and tells you who they are, is if they do that, or you learn how to figure that out. But again, you need someone to help you figure it out, because you don't always know if you're picking up on who you think you're picking up on, or that's the spirit you're talking to is in fact who they are or who they say they are. Okay, so yeah, definitely find someone to study with or mentor with or take classes with, and go from there. All right, so good luck with everything, honey. Thanks for your question.
Okay. Stacy said, thank you so much. I have to get off now, but I do appreciate the positive laughter you both tonight. Thank you again for the message, Kristie. Stay safe. Thank you for her. And Brian says, really enjoyed the show. Again, we're going to keep going. There is follow-up question for Karen that I have 2 girls, no boys, not sure how the boys tie in. And that was the previous Karen.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is what I said earlier too. And sometimes, again, there's a lot to process in the moment. And sometimes the way Spirit's saying something, you're not making a connection, but later the light bulb might go off and you may say, oh my gosh, this is what she was talking about. It might not be literal what they're saying. But at the same time, when I am giving a message and it's from the first person perspective and you cannot connect with it, or you don't know what I'm talking about, and you really are not making a connection, it makes no sense. But they keep coming at you in the first person perspective. What Spirit's saying by doing that is, we know it's not you. We're talking about someone close to you. So if you think about it, what I was saying might have been a message for someone else. So someone close to you, friends, family, coworkers, something along those lines. But as always, if you're not sure, if you need help clarifying some things, we can definitely do that. Just get a hold of me within the next couple of days, and I'll be happy to try to shed some light on it. It's hard to explain everything and do it over and over again for the new people who pop on during the show to explain how all of my gifts work, which is why I'm happy to take the time to do that, to explain so that you understand what the message was. Okay, so thank you for letting me know you weren't sure, because that validation helps me to help you the best that I can. So, if you're still not sure, don't make any connections. Get a hold of me in the next couple of days, and we'll definitely try to do that for you. Okay, thank you so much.
And again, anybody that's tuning in now, I'm trying to catch up with the questions we already have here. So that's anything that's previous to this 10 o'clock mark is what we're answering right now. Actually, I'm still at the 8:30 mark. Linda, please, any messages from my mom, Shirley? Well, they're in and out a little bit, but I'm trying to get to everybody. So we're actually going to run over a little bit tonight. The folks for actually we got the 10:30 on WLFE, so we can go.
Hi, Linda. My back aches. My chest and my lungs ache. I'm really tired. I just saw an apple. A red, delicious apple. And I just heard, what are you doing with your life? But I don't feel like she's actually trying to give you a hard time. I think she's just being funny or saying something she probably would have said to you before. In all seriousness, she gets she gets kind of serious all of a sudden, and she says, if you make the right decision and not the easy decision, you'll be okay. She says, you know what I'm talking about. Then all of a sudden I see a big group, and I almost feel like there's a riot or a protest, or there's some sort of, because there's chanting, there's something going on, and it may not have anything to do with world events, but just whatever is going on, it could be a good thing. She's saying, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Do not go participate. Stay away from it. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything. Michael.
Okay.
I am totally impressed and proud of you. That's the first time I think in 2 shows you've done
It's
it. That's good.
10 o'clock. All right. So, Beaker, any messages from me?
Hi, Beaker. I keep hearing inheritance. It's all good. It's all good. That's what I'm hearing. It's all good. Take what you can get. I had a hard time taking a breath in. I have this tall, skinny dude with me. Wow. He's got some seriously thick, dark, curly, wavy hair. He's very thin. He's got to be at least 6'2", 6'3". He's lanky. He's young. Late teens, early 20s, but I feel like he's probably around 2021, give or take. And I feel like he's the one saying, it's all good, it's all good. And the style of his hair and the style of his clothes, he's got to be from like the early 80s, 70s, early 80s. He couldn't breathe because I can feel it in my chest down here. He couldn't breathe. And earlier, when we first started talking about him, I had a rush in my head. There goes my light.
I got nothing to follow up on questions.
I'm hearing keep doing it, but don't look back. Keep doing it, but don't look back.
Follow up, I don't know who that would be.
He's really making the breathing hard, and it's in here. You need to ask. I think this is somebody in your family is going to know who this is. I don't necessarily think that this is I don't necessarily think that this guy in particular is somebody you know or knew or would recognize this way. But something about inheritance and take what you can get, I do believe is for you. Okay, so thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything. Yeah, I would definitely ask around though about this guy. He's indicating to me that you may find pictures of him, or there might be pictures of him somewhere. Somebody may have pictures of him. Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes you get messages for other people, and sometimes
You just He just followed up with his, his message for his sister or any messages from my sister. So I don't know if that's together on that or not.
That might be then. From or for? I couldn't read that. You did it too fast.
From. So. Going back up here to. There it is. From Steve Barnes, I could use some enlightenment. Steve also mentioned he was from Niagara Falls.
Yes. Hi, Steve. Yes. Steve belongs to this really cool group, Western New York Car Group, and I think he belongs to some others as well. And he was my contact for something that I did over the weekend with a car show and a parade. And a really nice guy, really cool cars. You guys need to go out and look. They have some pretty nifty automobiles and different things. It was fun, and it was a great group of people. So I absolutely remember you. First I heard, and I do remember what you said and what we talked about briefly, and when we were there. You're being told, the first thing I heard was stop, pick up the pieces, and move on. And then they refer to what you mentioned to me and what you went through. I feel like that kind of left you reeling and not quite knowing what to do or how to do it or how to go forward or how to proceed next. And then I started picking up on a female. So this woman, older, like a grandmother, but I feel like there's a mother figure of some sort there with you as well. You know what to do, you just need to do it. But I feel like there's a mother figure that does not want to necessarily come forward all the way. The female that is more like a grandmother to you, and she holds up a tray of what looks like fresh baked cookies or something like that. And I'm hearing something about a peace offering. A peace offering. I feel like you get up every day and you feel like you're just going through the motions. You're doing the same things over and over again, but you're not feeling fulfilled anymore. And you're trying to find things that you're interested in and that make you feel good and fulfill you in different ways. But quite honestly, nothing's working for you anymore. That's because you're not taking enough time for yourself, and you're also not being honest with yourself. You've got to deal with what happened to you. You've got to deal with the fact that you have to face this and you have to allow it to be what it's going to be. It's a part of you. It's who you are. Be okay with that, and the rest will flow. I know that sounds simple, but complicated at the same time. Simple, but easier said than done. I'm getting a pain in my back. I feel like you have a buddy that passed away that's trying to come forward. So, he's coming through. He's definitely owning up to the fact. It's okay. No, it's okay. You have a lot going on. I feel like you go back with him probably into high school or when you were a bit younger. I feel like this guy was active or athletic at some point. He admits responsibility and he holds himself accountable. He admits that his death or the circumstances of his passing were absolutely his fault. He says something about being reckless, and that has to do with how he died, whatever he did. But I'm also hearing that it was an accident. He will not, I can't get his name. He won't show himself to me. I do feel like he had some sort of addiction as well. And something with his back. I just get this ache in my upper mid back. He's saying something about racing, and he shows me the car you had over the weekend. Oh, it's your back and neck. Okay. He says he knows how it happened. I'm sorry. I read your comment. My buddy Dan just OD'd. And what he said in response to that was, yep, that's me. Always the fuck up. That's what he just said. He says you have a very long life ahead of you and you better start living it. And now he's gone. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for your question and for tuning in tonight. Best of luck with everything.
We got some confirmation there. Okay. Let's see. We're at 1:15. We still have a few folks here. Again, those folks that tuned in after 10, we're trying to catch up. Pardon?
2, maybe 3 more. I'm starting to get very tired. Okay. Yeah. And I know we're already kind of pushing our luck with Teddy's show too. So I don't want to go over.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying, and again, we try to get to everybody where we can get in here, and we got a lot of questions tonight. Got a lot of really good questions tonight.
Yeah, you guys have been amazing. This has been a great show. We'll definitely be popping in, not on a Tuesday night. We'll definitely throw a show in when I'm feeling more up for it in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Again, next week I'm going to have the boys on. We're going to rock out some craziness, and we're gonna really get these things going. So. Wow, I'm getting a pain in my forehead here, but this is let's go here.
Hi, Andrea. Oh, yeah, you're going to butcher that last name.
I don't know why it looks so small on my screen. Yeah, I can butcher it. I can butcher my own name. 4 letters front, 4 letters back, and I still kill it. That's why I generally go by mud or other words. I'm new to the universe signs. They've been trying to tell me something big is coming. How do I understand this? And I even had the occasional explicit language on the bottom, and I still didn't call myself a name. Hey, that's why I got the warning labels on everything. We try to make it a kids PG show.
Yeah, that's no fun though.
No, not with me. I dropped an F-bomb tonight. That's been a good thing too. So
Oh, hey, I behaved myself tonight.
yeah. So
That's good for a change, right?
yeah.
Hi, Andrea. So, yeah, you know, a lot of people on the show tonight asking questions, realizing the universe is trying to get their attention, and realizing that they need to start paying attention, and actually not even just acknowledging it, but actually go following through and acting on it and doing something about it. You need to follow your gut. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Follow your gut first. Stop questioning. Don't second guess. Don't question. Just follow your gut. Your guides are leading you, excuse me, every step of the way. Sorry, inhaled and got to dry. Hold that up. So, okay, number one, you're muted. You're muted. Unmute.
All right.
You cut me right off.
So line up
What are
next
you
week.
doing?
Yep. Okay. I was trying to cover you while you were taking care of your issue.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Occasionally, I try to do something right.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm not allowed to drink coffee after 8 o'clock.
You know? Have fun with that.
No more monsters after 8.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. All right. Finish that question. I'm messing that up.
You need to, you definitely need to follow your gut, follow the pull, trust, have faith. This period of time with COVID and everything else and the world shutting down, this was really a time that we were supposed to observe spiritually, religiously, mentally, emotionally. We needed to take the time. That was the intention. At least that's the message I'm supposed to relay about this time. We were all supposed to take the time to really understand what's going on, to reconnect with ourselves, but not only with ourselves, with society and humanity, going back to basics and realizing what it really means to be a decent human being, period. And this is the point that you're at. I feel like you're having some sort of a spiritual awakening. It's time for you to connect with your inner self. So this is what is big, and that's what's coming for you. And it's a lot, and it's overwhelming, and it's frustrating, and it can suck. But it's also amazing and wonderful, and it's a huge blessing. So the same thing that I advised, I forget who it was earlier, I'm going to tell you the same thing. You need to find someone to work with. Find somebody that you can take classes from. Find somebody that you can mentor with, work with, whatever the case is. You really need to stay focused, though. This has got to be about you right now. You can't start this. Once you commit to something like this, you cannot get distracted. You cannot decide you're going to put it on hold or let other things or other people get in the way and not take care of yourself. It's not an option. Once you swing that door all the way open and you say, yep, here I am, it does not go away. You have to be ready and committed, and you have to do it now. They're basically telling you, okay, you've had all the time in the world to do this, and you've put it off, or you've tried and acknowledged, but they didn't follow through. Life got in the way, kids, family, whatever. Now it's time for you. It's time for you. You have to answer the calling. It's very important. You will never be settled if you don't. But you'll be so glad you did. It's really important for you to move forward, going forward from this point on. So, okay. So thank you so much for your question, honey. Have a great night.
Okay. You said one more?
I think one more.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be, sorry guys, I'm getting really tired.
Sorry, I tried to get everybody. I really.
I think you did a really good job tonight. Exceptional.
Yes.
You're just trying to behave yourself next week.
Yeah. Yeah. This is from Amber. I lost my brother April 27th. Is there any message for me, or does he have anything to say to me? Sorry for your loss.
So sorry, honey. So the first thing I saw was a motorcycle. Ooh. So that can either be literal or symbolic or both. First, it's symbolic to me. I also feel like it's literal because as I was acknowledging this with him, got a pain in the back of my neck, and I feel like there's an injury to his neck. He either injured it or broke it. But when I see a motorcycle and it's symbolic, it's actually spirit describing their personality. And what they're trying to tell me is that they were fun and carefree and live life to the fullest and probably were a little wild and crazy, maybe even reckless. Things like that. Knew how to get out there and really give it their all and have fun and take it all in. I'm especially getting a pain at the base of my neck on the left hand side. I hear I'm sorry. I should have known better. Please don't be mad at me. I feel like he broke a rib now because all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm getting like a poking, stabbing feeling in my lower lung and my chest. And it's like my ribs are broken or something in there. He keeps saying, Mom, Mom, and he's just shaking his head. He's barely showing himself to me. He is saying accident, accident. Now I'm seeing him in a hospital bed. And he's hooked up to a lot of tubes and equipment. He says you knew better, and now you know best. He says, I love you. He's put me though at his service. I've been at his viewing twice. So when they put me in that situation, they're trying to acknowledge. It's their way of acknowledging that they know something was said or done there. Something about the service, something about, oh my God, all of a sudden I got this pain go right at the base of my skull, my neck go right up my skull. Oof. I keep looking at him in his casket, and he keeps saying, I know. I know. So, again, usually when they put me at their viewing or I'm at the service, it's because they're trying to let me know something, happened there or was said there or something was done there or whatever the case is. I do receive him in the light. I feel like he was your little brother. He's saying baby. Although I've had them say that in the past, and they were the older ones. They were just the baby of the family because they acted like a baby and they were treated like a baby too. So whatever that means to you. He says, I love you. And then he actually goes like this to you and blows you a kiss. So thank you very much for your question, sweetie. Best of luck with everything.
So we
have that look
we went
on your face.
we went over half an hour longer than we usually do. We are on with another show that comes on right after us. So we appreciate those that stood with us all night long. I'm sorry for those that we did not get to tonight. I really
Thank
had a lot
you
of
so
questions
much, everybody. This is a great show. Yeah, 27 questions tonight.
So next
great.
week, like I said, I will have the boys on next week. So Jay and Cliff and Joe and Steve will be helping me out. As Kristie is going to be taking the night off. So I just crossed that off. Let's bring her back so we can see her here. There we go. There's my partner. So thank you again.
Yeah, we appreciate you all so much, and we appreciate you sharing and supporting us and following us and really helping us out. We can't do what we do without you, and we wouldn't want to do it without you.
Yeah.
That's why we do it. So we really appreciate it. Yes.
And remember,
I will
guys,
be, as long as I feel up to it, I will be in the audience with you all next week.
Yes. Harassing me from behind.
You got that right. I'm not going to totally let go and give him the right.
Another thing, guys, we try to get through all the readings we can, but if you're looking for that really important private reading and you're really looking for that message with your family, please, reach out to Kristie on her, and she can hook you up, with the personal readings that are a little more in depth than here, and our private session information is, and there was some question if you did a Skype, but you do like a Facebook and you do Zoom meetings and appointments. So for those looking for a good personal reading, that you're not going to get here, I gotta push my partner, reach out to her for those big readings.
Good man. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, but I do film and I do video chats, so anytime. And I'm currently still working from home as well.
Yeah, and again, Kristie, your Facebook page or the web pages, if you want to give those out. And again, we're over this way, and those that are listening on iTunes and Spreaker can get us as well. But Lori was asking, what it is. So if you could just go through what they are, because my brain is not functioning anymore. We got 2 minutes, so rock it up. So we gotta.
Okay, so if you want to find me on Facebook, it's just my name, Kristie London, Medium and Reiki Master. You can find me on Facebook there, or my website is blueeyedempath.com, and you can find me there as well, or on Where's My Sage. You can always follow the path that way. So yeah, and actually my website has a link to Where's My Sage as well. So you can find both of us through my website as well. So we love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope everybody continues to stay healthy, and you have a wonderful week and a beautiful night.
Yep. Okay. Good night all.